Hey everyone, welcome to my channel. Today we're going to be taking a look at some of the videos from E3. There really wasn't a lot that excited me, but we're going to take a look at the handful that did. It's like 6 or 7 games, and not even all of them even excited me. Some of them I am worried about, and I hope that they can excite me at some point, but I'm just not there yet with them. Alright, well, let's get started. So Jeff Keighley's show really kicked everything off, and, his show, it was okay. The beginning was really good, and the end was really good. Ryan Reynolds made an appearance to promote his movie, but I'm a huge Ryan Reynolds fan, love Deadpool, so, yeah, it was a mixed bag, really. I didn't really care about much that was in it, except for the first and last thing, so that's all we're going to really talk about here. Now, the first game that was shown was Tiny Tina's Wonderlands. It's kinda set in the Borderlands universe, but not really. So, obviously, Tiny Tina is a character from the Borderlands series, and she had this expansion in Borderlands 2 called Assault on Dragon Keep, and it was it was sort of like this D&D style game mode thing. Wow, I explained that really bad. So it's like D&D pretty much. She's playing D&D, and you're going through this world, and it was super fun. Honestly, the best DLC that they've ever made. I would honestly recommend playing Borderlands 2 just to play that DLC because it's so fun. But anyways, so basically this is just a full game of just that, which honestly we wanted another DLC like that, but I think this is a way better way to go, to just give us a full game, because it's honestly that fun. And if they can bring back that magic that it had in the Borderlands 2 DLC into this full game, they've really got something there. I think it's going to do really well. So what we know about this game is it's gonna have guns in it still, like Borderlands, but it's also going to have magic and character customization. This will be the first time that we will be getting a full character creator in a Borderlands style. So I know a lot of people have been wanting to get something like that in, the regular Borderlands games. And so we're finally getting it here, and maybe if people really latch onto that, we'll get that in Borderlands 4? Maybe? But, I know why they don't do it in Borderlands. It's because of the stories that they're trying to tell with specific characters. So if you create your own character, it's a little harder to do that. But anyways, this looks cool. I mean, we just get this little trailer, but if it's anything like the Borderlands 2 DLC, I'm gonna love it. So I'm super excited for this one. Can't wait until they reveal more. I think they're revealing more sometime later this summer. They haven't given an exact day, but hopefully it's sometime soon. Can't wait to check out more. So the next game is the most anticipated game by far. Every single year it's, is Elden Ring gonna be here? Is Elden Ring gonna be here? And after Ryan Reynolds did his little tease Elden Ring, where he was like, yeah, I'm not here to say that I'm the voice actor for Elden Ring. We got shown Elden Ring. That was the last thing that they showed. And I could not be more excited for this game. I am a huge Soulsborne and From Software fan. If you watch any of the videos on my channel, you'll see that I've got a Dark Souls 1 playthrough, and a Dark Souls 3 No Armor Challenge playthrough on my channel. And I want to do a bunch of more stuff. I still need to finish my Dark Souls 1 playthrough. I think I'm only like 2 or 3 parts in, and I'm not even close to finishing it. So that one's going to be a little bit, but anyways, this game looks incredible. It looks like Dark Souls, which I've been hearing some complaints about that. I'm not sure why you would complain that something looks like Dark Souls, because I'm not sure who came to who. I would imagine George R.R. Martin came to From Software looking to turn this into a game. And if that's the case, you don't go to From Software to create anything but a Souls-like, really. That's kind of what they do, and they're very good at it, and it's a fun way to play games. I don't understand why people are complaining about it. The combat system is really good. So many games have been trying to copy it, you know? We get all these Souls clones out there, and, you know, that should tell you something. That should tell you that this is a good combat system, and From Software can do it really well. The only thing I'm slightly worried about is open world, because, you know, if the world is too big with nothing to do in it, that can kind of ruin enjoyment for games. But I'm pretty confident that From Software can pull it off. You got the horse. The horse looks pretty cool. It's like a, I don't know, spirit horse? You like summon it out of thin air? I don't know what that's about, but it looks cool. They definitely have stuff that you can tell was from, you know, some of their other games. I've seen the laser beam spell from Dark Souls 3. I don't know, maybe it's in the other ones, but I know it's definitely in Dark Souls 3. I've seen a bunch of stuff from Dark Souls being repurposed in here, and that's not a bad thing. In fact, I believe George R.R. Martin actually came out, said he actually considers it kind of like a Dark Souls sequel. And all From Software fans really want is a sequel to Dark Souls. We just want more games like that. So I think this game is going to do really well. I'm super excited about it. It looks really good. Oh, that's another thing. Art style. People are complaining about the art style or the graphics, and they're like, man, this looks so old. I'm like, man, shut up. It looks like a Dark Souls game. And I think the people that are really complaining about this game are probably people that haven't been able to play any of the From Software games, meaning that they need to get good, but they're probably not very good at those games. So I think that's the only group of people that are actually being negative towards this, are just the people that can't play their games, and they're upset that they can't play their games. Which, just get good at the game. That's all there is to it. So now we're going to be jumping into the Microsoft briefing, I guess. And this is where we're going to end it, is with the briefing, because I'm not the biggest Nintendo fan, and then some of the other things were just whatever. They didn't really have anything that held my interest. You know, Capcom, they announced that Resident Evil Village is going to be getting DLC, so I'm excited to see what that looks like. I love Resident Evil Village. I know it's not as scary as 7, but it's still a good game. But anyways, to go back to Microsoft, they had some misses and some hits for me. And we're going to start it off with something that doesn't exactly land with me 100%. And I'll get into why that is. So they started with Starfield. And coming off of Fallout 76, which is the last game they actually made, I cannot say that I am excited for this. No. I'm not the biggest Bethesda fan. I have played all of their games, pretty much. But I believe Fallout 4 is the only game that I've actually beat. So I'm already not like a huge fan, but I was excited for Fallout 4. Fallout 4 was the first time that I was like, oh man, I can't wait to play that. Skyrim, it was whatever. I played it. It was cool. It was fun. I like Skyrim. Never beat it. I always get sidetracked and then eventually lose interest because I don't know. I just do. So with this, I know a lot of people are excited about it, but it's literally a cutscene. I'm not sure if they said it was in engine or not, but that honestly does not matter. I don't care if something says it's an engine. It doesn't mean it's going to look like that when it releases. Now, it probably sounds like I really hate this, and I don't because it's not out yet. How could I hate something that's not out? Anyways, I want them to succeed. I want them to make this a game that I can be excited about. Make this a game that I'm like, I can't wait to boot this thing up because it's going to be so freaking cool. But there's so many red flags with the studio that I can't have that excitement yet. It's just not going to be there. And, you know, if they do anything close to Fallout 76, there will never be excitement there. And it worries me that I think they've been working on this game, or we've at least known about it for a really long time, and we still can't get actual gameplay of it. You know, we can't get them running around with a character or anything. It's still just a cutscene. But we got a release date, and it's November 11th, 2022. We'll see if they hit that. It seems like a very long ways away, and to already be setting that as your release date, being like, yeah, we picked this day, this far ahead of time, seems like not a great thing to do. I would definitely not announce a specific date if I were them, because you may have to push it back. And, you know, if it does release poorly, then people are going to look back at this and be like, why did y'all release this date way back in 2021, in early 2021? That was dumb. But I seriously hope that they can pull off this game. I want people to like Bethesda again. I want to be able to like Bethesda. And I hope they succeed. During the Xbox showcase, they also showed off Battlefield 2042. And it looks cool. It looks like there isn't as much destructibility as I think a lot of Battlefield players would like. But the tornado thing could be awesome. I've been looking forward to a new multiplayer game to play. Call of Duty has sort of gone downhill since Black Ops released. Like, Modern Warfare really brought it back, and then Black Ops brought it back down. And so, you know, I'm trying to find something new to play. You know, Apex, Rogue Company, I play that stuff sometimes. Play Overwatch whenever there's an event, or Total Mayhem. But really looking for something new to play. I haven't been the biggest Battlefield fan. I played quite a bit of Battlefield 3, and I play a lot of Battlefield 1, the World War 1. But this looks pretty cool. I think it'll be fun to play for a little bit, at the very least. They're going semi-futuristic. It's just like a few years, like 20 years in the future or whatever. But I think that's the closest, I believe that's the closest we've ever gotten to a futuristic Battlefield. Like, whenever Call of Duty was doing futuristic stuff and trying to copy Titanfall, I think Battlefield stayed out of that.
So this is the closest that we're getting to like a futuristic Battlefield game, I believe. And I can't wait to check it out. I'm sure they'll do an open beta, closed beta, all that jazz. I'll probably check it out during that and decide whether or not I actually want to purchase it. There isn't going to be a campaign, which I know people are disappointed about. I'm not one of them because every time I've bought a Battlefield game, I've never touched the campaign. I just do multiplayer. So honestly, nothing changes for me there. And I hope that means that the multiplayer, and it should mean that the multiplayer is going to be fantastic, because that's all they had to focus on. So it should be good. I'm hoping it's good. Can't wait until they do a beta. Now we get to Halo. Where to begin with Halo? I used to be a Halo fan. The original Bungie games, I love the original Bungie games. Even Halo Reach, which for me was the worst Halo game that they made. I know lots of people love it, but to me that was the worst one. But I even enjoyed that one, had a good time. When 343 took over, I have not enjoyed a Halo game that they've made. Now, I don't think they made Halo Wars. I think that was made by a different studio, Halo Wars 2, and so they don't get credit for that one. And bringing back the old Halo games in a package, they don't get credit for that one either, because Bungie made those. And they even managed to screw that up for a while. So I've been very disappointed in the Halo games. I'm not looking forward to Halo Infinite. I am extremely worried about Halo Infinite because Halo is the reason I got a degree in game design. That's what made me want to get a degree. And for my franchise to not cause me any excitement anymore really sucks. And I hate it. So I'm not excited for Halo Infinite. Now, they delayed the game for a year. It was originally supposed to come out with the Xbox, and that clearly didn't happen. Now, the reason that they delayed it is because of all the feedback that they got on the gameplay that they showed. Everyone was like, oh, you know, there's pop-in and the textures look bad and all that stuff. So I was expecting in this showcase that they were going to show the gameplay and be like, hey, this is what we did with that extra year. That's not what they did. Now, a lot of people are getting all crazy about this, and they're like, oh my god, it looks so good. And I am trying to wrap my brain around why people are saying this. Because they didn't show anything. If you watch their stuff, they didn't show anything. They showed a cutscene for the campaign, which is not showing what they did with their time. Unless that's what they did with their time. They made a cutscene that doesn't show any of the improvements. I know that there's a video going around showing a comparison between, I guess, the gameplay graphics and then this cutscenes graphics. Whatever, it's a cutscene, guys. The one job of those is to look good. In fact, most of the time cutscenes look good, and then the actual game is like a completely different thing. So I'm not gonna give them props for that like everybody else is. It's not happening. And then they showed multiplayer. I'm not excited for the multiplayer. It's going to be free to play and crossplay. A bunch of people are like, why wouldn't you be excited about free to play and crossplay? Well, if you've ever played free to play game, you know the garbage that's out there. Not just hacks, but just terrible players, man. There are some bad people out there. It's like they've never held a controller before. And I know everybody starts somewhere. That's where I started. I started as a terrible player. But, you know, it's I feel like it's better if they had to pay their way in, because then they actually try and learn, and they're like, I spent $60 on this game. I want to get my money's worth out of it. But then if you got free to play, it's just like toddlers, looking down at their controller instead of at the game, trying to figure out what the buttons do. And that's terrible. I don't want that in my game. And then the crossplay, I play on Xbox, and so I like Xbox because there are far less cheaters on it. There's still cheaters, but it's a lot less. Whenever you add in crossplay, it becomes terrible. We keep crossplay off whenever we play Call of Duty. If you turn crossplay on the multiplayer for Call of Duty, almost every game is full of hackers. It's the worst. And I don't get why people are so excited about that. Yeah, I know, you get to play with your friends that are on other devices. I get that. But at the same time, you don't get to play with them because there's so much garbage that you're not enjoying your time. I want to enjoy my time playing these games. I want to enjoy logging in. I want to look forward to logging in. And I can't do that with these choices that, they're making. Microtransactions. We haven't seen what the microtransactions are going to be, but, everybody's giving them praise for this battle pass being, unlimited. You buy it, and then you can work on it whenever you want. And I think that's diverting from what they've kind of been doing, which is, they're doing this marketing thing. You buy a bag of chips, and you get the color purple. They're monetizing colors. And I think this whole battle pass thing is sort of trying to divert people's eyes away from that. Like, hey, look at this good thing we're doing while we do this bad thing over here. So I'm hoping that's not the case. It looks like they're charging for colors, though. I hope that's not the case. They are removing things that are very questionable. Not being able to play as a Covenant. Like, we've had that. I don't understand why you wouldn't just put that in. Like, what's wrong with playing as a Covenant? Just put it in. People like to do it. People like to pick, the Arbiter or whatever, or an Elite. Just put it in. I don't understand why they're taking things away that we've always had. Why they're taking colors away. Things that we've always had. And it's just so questionable. I'm gonna play this. It's on Game Pass. I'm gonna play it. I'll play it, probably touch the multiplayer a little bit, be like, yeah, this is as terrible as I thought it was gonna be, and go through the campaign. Hopefully the story is nowhere near as bad as Halo 5. That was god-awful. And I'm really curious on how they wrap that mess up. If they even do. They've said that they will, but who even knows? Cortana's apparently still going to be a big focus on this new one, so I don't know that they actually do wrap it up. But we'll see. We'll see what happens. No more Spartan Lock, at least in the trailers. Maybe that's who you're going to actually play as. No, it's not. We'll see what happens when this game comes out. Not looking forward to it. But I hope they succeed. I hope they prove me wrong. Same as Starfield. I hope they can make me fall back in love with Halo. I know that's their goal, is to bring it back to the roots for us old gamers. But they have failed twice. They got one more try. So this next one isn't a big thing. It's Microsoft Flight Simulator. It's been out on PC. But like I said, I play on Xbox mostly. And I've played this on PC. I suck at flying, but this is an amazing game. It's a good looking game. It's a very difficult game. And I can't wait to see it running on Xbox. I don't have the new Xbox though, so I'm not going to see it running on Xbox, I guess. But I can't wait for those people to get to experience it. People that don't have a PC or maybe don't have a PC that can run it. They got the new console. I can't wait for them to experience it. I wish I had the new console so I could experience it with them. Or maybe it's crossplay. I don't know. I'd have to check that. Because maybe I can play it on my PC with them. But yeah, check this out. It's on Game Pass if you have the new console. Either an S or an X. Check it out. Forza. Forza Horizon and Forza Motorsports are the best racing games ever made. Gran Turismo doesn't even come close. So, PlayStation announced Gran Turismo, showed off gameplay. I thought it even looked kind of bad back then, but compared to the way Forza Horizon looks, oh my god. And Forza Horizon, they're really good graphics. They're not as good as the Motorsports because they have to make this whole open world and everything, but they've always been really good. And even with the open world and all that, Forza Horizon looks way better than Gran Turismo. Some people were disappointed that this got the bigger showcase. I am not. I love Forza Horizon. I've played every single Forza game, period, really. I played all the Motorsports. I played Horizon. And Forza has always been that standout showcase for Xbox to show, hey, this is what our console can do. These are the graphics that our console can go to, This is what your games could look like if you play on Xbox. So giving them the bigger time slot, I think, is a good call. Plus, I don't think anybody was expecting Horizon. I know that there were rumors, but even I was like, there's no way that they announced a Horizon this E3. There's no way, because they're already making Fable. I'm like, they got Fable, they announced Motorsports. So I'm like, why would they announce a Motorsports if Horizon was going to come out way before the Motorsports? And they always alternate. It's always like a Motorsports then a Horizon. I'm like, there's no way we're getting a Horizon this year. And then boom, we got a Horizon. And I was like, I can't believe they did that. And the way it looks, how incredible it looks, it's mind-blowing. I don't know how this studio does it, but they top themselves every single time. It's unbelievable. They're one of the best studios out there, to be honest. I can't wait to see their Fable game. I wasn't like a huge Fable fan back in the day. I played 1, I played 2, I've never played 3. I heard it was terrible. But I've never been like a huge Fable fan. I don't know if I've ever even beat any of the Fables. I just played them a little bit, go around, buy all the shops, and then that was kind of it. So, I'm looking forward to it. I'm hoping that they can get me into Fable. Their first little teaser looks great. The fairy getting eaten by the frog. That was pretty funny. But this studio knows how to make really good worlds, and they show it in their Forza games all the time. They know how to make a great open world. And if they can incorporate this stuff into their Fable game, it's going to be incredible. But anyways, to focus on Forza, which was actually announced with a date and all. I've never been to Mexico. I probably never will. This will probably be the only time I'll ever get to go there. I'm not much of a traveler. Mexico's not necessarily a location on my bucket list, so I'll probably never get to go there. This will be the closest. Just like the cars, I'll probably never get to sit in any of those cars in the game. This will be the closest I'll ever get to be in one of those cars. But it'll be cool to see Mexico. I didn't know that they had jungles in Mexico. That's pretty cool. Just from the little bit that they've shown here, I've learned more about Mexico. It'll be cool to learn more about it through this racing game. I think that'll be pretty neat. And yeah, it's on Game Pass. You can pre-install it right now. Definitely do that. this game is a console seller. I've got people that I know that didn't really have an intention on getting the new console. They're like, I can wait on it. And after seeing this, they're like, yeah, I want to experience that in the best way. I want the new console. So this is a console seller for people that I know, at least. Maybe from a lot of people. I've noticed some other people have been like, yeah, I'm not really into racing games. And then they see this and they're like, but I want to play that one. So I think it's going to be pretty awesome. Can't wait to check it out. I think it comes out in November? I want to say November 9th. So check it out, guys. Game Pass. The best deal out there. The final game, we have no clue what it even is. We know you kill vampires, and it's cartoon style graphics. That's literally all we know. But the concept of this looks pretty cool. I don't think we get a lot of vampire games. It's a lot of zombies out there, or aliens. I don't think we get a lot of vampires. I think vampires are cool. Can't wait to check out whatever they decide to make this as. Some people are thinking this could be like another Left 4 Dead style game. I don't know how I feel about that. Like I had said for Back 4 Blood, there's a lot of them. It went from a drought of Left 4 Dead style games to a flood. So, I mean, I don't know if I necessarily hope that this is a Left 4 Dead style game as much as I like Left 4 Dead. I hope this is sort of its own thing, but it's going to be co-op for sure. You've clearly got your 4 different classes. You got the chick that uses magic, and you got the chick with the robot, and then you got, I guess, the tech dude? I don't know. And then you've got the hardcore gunner dude, I guess. I don't know. But we didn't get much. Just a CGI trailer. But the concept looks cool. The world looks pretty neat. Can't wait to see more. And so that's gonna do it for this video. So E3, it was alright. There were a few games looking forward to. Lots of different announcements. There's just stuff that I wasn't into, and I'm sure there's plenty of stuff that other people were into. What was that game called? Replaced, that 2D pixel art side-scroller game. Looked pretty neat. Lots of people were talking about that one. Diablo 2, probably going to be the last Blizzard game I ever buy. Diablo 2 I used to play all the time when I was a kid on PC. That game was like my childhood. So looking forward to the remaster of that. I think it looks incredible. But yeah, that's gonna do it here. I'll catch you guys later. Like, subscribe, do all the stuff that everybody on every YouTube video tells you to do. And I'll catch you guys later.